Shalom to the elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, and the sincere salutation to all the octave, pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning. The few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah, coming into another lesson of truth, facts, faith, and edification. And the title of this lesson is The Weak Have Taken the Earth, False Gods, and Idols. The weak has taken the earth, false gods, and idols. And we don't know who we are today. For the most part, 2/3 of Jake don't know, because we have bases of men that have taken our heritage and claiming it for their own. Okay? And you got to understand history to understand what's going on. You know, they got a saying, you got to know where you're coming from, or you got to know where you came from to know where you're headed. Okay? You got to know what happened to the Hebrew Israelites to understand where would they be at today, to understand what would they be going through today. So, Lord willing, be edifying. Just some quick history, right? Bringing out precepts to prove that the devils in our land is not the Jews, man. Okay? Now, when you understand prophecy, this is all about the four beasts that was on the earth, okay, that was ruling, right? Because Israel went down. We understand 70 AD in our history that we was taken out of rulership, right? And heathens came into our heritage, okay, into our inheritance, and took over everything. So we're gonna deal with these beasts, okay? So this is Daniel chapter 7 and verse 1, and it reads, in the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and a vision of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matter. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, four winds of the heaven strove upon great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea, and diverse one from another. The first was like a lion, and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. Now that was talking about Babylon, okay? Babylon was the lion. Verse 5, and beheld another beast, a second like unto a bear, like to a bear, and raised up itself on one side, and it had three ribs in his mouth, of it between the teeth and of it, and they said, thus unto it arise to devour much flesh. Now the second one was a bear, which was the Medo and Persian Empire, okay? Verse 6, and after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it four wings, and of a fowl. The beast had also four heads, which going into Alexander the Great and his four generals, and dominion was given to it. So that third beast, which was the leopard, was the Greek Empire. Okay, so you had the Babylon Empire, you had the Medo-Persian Empire, then you had the Greek Empire. Okay. And after this, I saw in the vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth, and it devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Now, this beast is the dragon, which is the Roman Empire, okay? I considered the horns, and beheld, there came up among them. And what's crazy is it don't even tell you what kind of fourth beast it was. The first three beasts was a lion, was a bear, and was a leopard. It don't even tell you what the fourth beast was, okay? Because this is a mystery, man. And the fourth beast was the dragon, which is the Roman Empire. And and it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and beheld, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up out of its roots. And behold, in this horn were the eyes like the eyes of a man, and the mouth speaking great things. So the Roman Empire, right, was the fourth beast. And out of the Roman Empire, which was what? North America. Okay, Babylon the Great. Because it said the 3 little horns were plucked up, and out of it came a little horn with eyes, right? Like eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. Okay? So what you gotta understand is, out of the Roman Empire came North America. Now, this is Daniel chapter 7 and verse 17. These great beasts, which are 4, and 4 kings which shall arise out of the earth: Babylon, the Medo-Persian Empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. Okay? Then you had North America that came out of the Roman Empire. The fatal wound that was the fatal wound that was healed. Okay? And we finna get to that. Verse 19, Daniel 7:19. Then I would know the truth of the 4 beasts, which were diverse from all the others, exceedingly dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured, break in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And of the 10 horns were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn had eyes and had a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Okay? Until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time that the saints should possess the kingdom. Now that's talking about when Yahweh shall return. Okay? Verse 23. Thus he said, the 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all the kingdoms, which is the Roman Empire, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break in pieces. And the 10 horns of this kingdom is talking about North America, Babylon the Great, the EU and NATO. Okay, that's the new beast. Okay, from the 4th. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings. They shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and a half, and a dividing times. Okay? So, when you understand what happened with the Roman Empire, when you understand history, Roman Empire went down. Okay? Now the Roman Empire came North America. Now, this is Revelation 20:1, and it reads, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold on the dragon, which is the 4th kingdom, which is the 4th beast. It don't tell you in Daniel. It tell you about the bear, the leopard, the bear. It tell you about the lion, the bear, and the leopard, but it doesn't tell you the 4th kingdom was the dragon. Now listen. Revelation 2:20. Revelation 20:2. And lay hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan. Devil means deceiver, Diablos. Satan means adversary, enemy. And bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. Okay, so the Roman Empire fell. Okay, that's when the Antonine dynasty started. Okay, that's when the Antonine dynasty started. With that's when Jake came to power, which they called the Byzantine Empire or the Dark Ages, whichever one you want to use, right? So you got, when you go look up, you go to Google and go to Antonine Dynasty. That's when we started ruling, okay? And you got Septimius Severus, and Marcus Aurelius and Commodus. It's called the Antonine Dynasty. Look that up. So when it say and cast him down to the bottomless pit and shut him up, and said they sealed upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed till the season. Who must be loosed till the season? The dragon, the old serpent, Satan, the devil, okay? Which is who? The Edomites. Now, when you jump down to verse 7 in Revelation 20, this is what it reads. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan, adversary, the enemy, shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is the sand of the sea. Okay, now it say, and should go out to deceive. When it say, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth. Now, that's Roman Empire coming back into rulership, which is North America. Okay, they was loosed. That's why I say that fatal wound or that deadly wound was healed, man. Okay, because the Roman Empire came back as Babylon the Great, North America. Okay, and they will be loosed a little season to go out to deceive the nations. Now, this is Isaiah 25:7. And this talking about the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Who put the covering cast over all nations? That veil that is spread over all nations. Who did that? The Edomites. Okay? They conquered all the known worlds, all the lands, on the four corners of the earth, and they claimed themselves to be them people. Just like Alexander the Great did, right? What he did. He conquered the Greeks. And he said they said they was the Greeks. They wasn't Greeks. They was Edomites. Okay? They was Edomites, Idumeans. Right? They conquered the Japhetic people and said that they are those people. Okay? The same thing they did with Hebrew Israelites. They conquered our land and they said that they was us. Right? Now, and the reason we don't know who we are today is because we are not known in the streets. We are not known, man. Okay? Why? Because Esau, Edom, put a covering cast of all people, man. And if the Lord don't give you the spirit to understand this, you ain't gonna get it, man. Okay? That's why you must understand, man, why we are not known in the streets. That's the reason for this lesson. This is Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matters by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he giveth it to whomsoever he will, and he set up over it the bases of men. Why did the Most High set up over the Israelites the bases of men? Why did he do that? Let's read it. And what chapter I'm finna pull from is Jeremiah, man. I'm finna show you why the Heavenly Father set up over the bases of men. Now, if you understand Job, okay, we understand who the basis of men is, and according to the scriptures, okay. And I'm going to read it for you real quick. This is Job chapter 30. So, because always newcomers, and there's always people out there that still don't understand completely who are the basis of men. This is Job 30, verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose father I will have disdained to sift the dogs of my flocks. Okay, Job say he wouldn't even see these Edomites around his dogs. What they'll do, they'll neuter the dog, they might eat the dog. Hey, they might have sex with the dog, man. Bestiality. Okay? Job say he wouldn't even set these Edomites around his dogs, man. Okay? Because one of the three they gonna do. They gonna eat it, bestiality, or they don't get it neutered, man. Okay, because they love neutering their dogs, man. Okay? And to tell you in Proverbs that a righteous man regard the life of his beast, man. Okay? Moving on. It say, yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished, right? When we ran him to the Caucasus mountain, right? Okay, when the Satan, the serpent, the old dragon, was cast up, right? Was cast down for 1,000 years. It say, in whom old age was perished, for want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. This when we ran them into the mountains, man. During the Byzantine Empire or the Dark Ages, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper root for their meats. They were driven forth from among men. This is when I read to you Revelation 20. Okay, they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. That's what we did. We chased them into the mountains to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Petra. Okay, that's where they was at, man. The Caucasus Mountain. That's why their name is Caucasians cave dwellers, okay? That's what they call themselves, but they Edomites. Among the bushes they braided, right? Meaning they couldn't even speak, they sounded like horses, donkeys, okay? They made that sound like a horse, man. Under the meadows they were gathered together. They were children of fools. That's why I tell you in Psalms 14 and Psalms 53 that they are children of fools. The fool said in the heart there is no God. They were children of fools. They are children of base men. That's my point. They were children of base men. They were viler than the earth. They were viler than the earth. Again, we'll see in Daniel. They were children of base men, what Job 30 just said. And it reads again, the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. This is Daniel 4:17. And giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the bases of men. So by the Lord setting up over the earth the bases of men, they did what? And he will destroy on this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and a veil that is spread over all nations. So the Edomites put a covering cast over all people, okay? Now, this is what the Lord set the Edomites, the bases of men up over us. This is Daniel. This is Lamentation. I'm going to start at verse 1. And it reads, this is the lamentation of Jeremiah. How doeth the city sit solitary? Talking about Jerusalem, which Jerusalem is the people for is a place, talking about the Israelites. How do the city sit solitary that was full of people? How was she become as a widow, she that was great among the nations? And the Lord said what? He gave us wisdom, not the understanding, in the sight of all the nations. Okay? We rule all nations, man. King David and Solomon had all rulership. Okay? And princes among the province. How has she become tributary to who? Every other nation. That's why in the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be here on earth, every other nation shall be tributary to the Hebrew Israelites. She weeps sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she have none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. Okay? Who is it talking about? All 17 heathen nations. Okay? It said they dealt treacherously with her. What it tell you in Isaiah 33 in verse 1? That the Edomites dealt treacherously with us. Okay? We didn't deal treacherously with them. So the Lord say it's going to be a judgment for that, man. But it's going to be for all heathen nations. Because at one point in time, all these heathen nations had you Hebrew Israelites in slavery. You so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians in slavery. Again, it reads, all her friends had dealt treacherously with her, and they become her enemies. This talking about Israelites, okay? Listen to this. Judah is going into captivity because of affliction. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, okay? And because of great servitude, she dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits. The ways of Zion do mourn. Zion is what? The monument of your heavenly Father Yahweh. You Hebrew Israelites. Because none cometh to solemn feast, all her gates are desolate, her priests. Now, all you talking about Jeremiah 14:2, when they say the gates language, ain't talking about priests, it ain't talking about people, you stupid bug eyes. Listen to this. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none cometh to solemn feast. All her gates are desolate, her priests sigh. Who was at the gates of every city? The priests, man. So in Jeremiah 14:2, when they say Judah mourneth and the gates thereof languish, Talking about the priests, you idiots, man. The priest side, her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. Her adversaries, all 17 heathen nations, are the chief. Her enemies prosper, for the Lord have afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. And that's why we was taken down. That's why the Lord set up over us the bases of men, because we transgressed against the Heavenly Father Yahweh laws, statute, and commandments. Okay? Her children are gone into captivity before the enemy. And that's northern kingdom and southern kingdom, man. And from the daughter of Zion, all her beauty is departed. Her princes are become like harts that find no pasture, and they are gone without strength before the pursuer. Jerusalem, remember in the days of her affliction and of her miseries, all her pleasant things that she laid in the days of old, which was King David and Solomon. Everything was glorious, okay? We was in rulership. When her people fell into the hand of the enemy, okay, and none did help her, the adversary saw her and did mock at her Sabbaths. Jerusalem have grievously sinned, man. We were doing all manner of wickedness, man, okay. Therefore, she is removed. All that honor her despise her. All the nations used to come to King David and Solomon, man. Okay? Now they despise us, man. Okay? That's why we are not known in the streets, man. Because they have seen her nakedness. Yeah, she sigheth and turneth backwards. Her filthiness is in her skirts. She remembered not her last end. Therefore she came down wonderfully. She came down. Starting with the Babylonians, man. Okay? We done went time after time, man. Well, not start with the Babylonians. We done went down time after time, man. Okay? Because when you read the book of Judges, man, Israel done had many saviors, man. The Lord done got us out of many pits, man. Okay? She had no comforter, O Lord Yahweh. Behold my affliction, for the enemy have magnified himself. The adversary has spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things. For she hath seen that the heathen enter into her sanctuary, Jerusalem, her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation. All her people sigh, they seek bread, they have given their pleasant things for meat to relieve the souls. See, O Lord Yahweh, and consider, for I am become vile. It is nothing to you, all ye that pass by, behold, and see if there be any sorrow like unto my sorrow, which is done unto me, wherewith the Lord Yahweh had afflicted me in the day of his fierce anger. Okay? I want to get some meat out of Lamentation 1 and 2. From above he hath sent fire into my bones, and it is prevailed against them. He hath spread a net for my feet, which is a trap. He hath turned me back. He hath made me desolate and faint all the day. The yoke of my transgressions is bound by his hand. They are riveted and come up upon my neck. He hath made my strength to fall. The Lord hath delivered me into their hands, from whom I am not able to rise up. The Lord Yahweh hath trodden underfoot all the mighty men in the midst of me. He hath called an assembly against me to crush my young men. The Lord hath trodden the virgins, the daughter of Zion, as in the winepress. For these things I weep. My eyes run up down with water, because the comforter that should relieve my soul is far from me. The Lord saying with Hosea 5 and 10, he will go into his place until we seek his face, man. It said, for me, my children are desolate because the enemy prevailed. Zion spreadeth forth her hands, and there is none to comfort her. The Lord Yahweh have commanded concerning Jacob that his adversaries should be round about him. Jerusalem is as a menstruous woman among them. The Lord Yahweh is righteous, for I have rebelled against his commandment. Hear, I pray you, all people, And behold my sorrow, my virgins and my young men are gone into captivity. That's why we are not known, because we are gone into captivity, as at this day, man. Okay? Understand. I called my lovers, but they deceived me. My priests are my elders. My priests and my elders gave up the ghost in the city. Okay? They gave up the ghost, man. While they sought their meat to relieve their souls, behold, O Yahweh, for I am in distress. My bowels are grievously rebelled abroad. The sword bereaved at home there is as death. They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Right? So it's gonna come a time, you Edomites just on your high horse, you're gonna come down and sit in the dust, as Isaiah 47:1 say, because of what you did to the precious sons of Zion, man. So reading on it said, let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions. For my signs are many, and my heart is faint. So everything that happened to, that's why what the curse, what it say in the law, Deuteronomy 30:7. The Lord say he will put all these curses upon thy enemies. Okay? Remember that. This is Lamentation chapter 2, verse 1. How hath the Lord Yahweh covered the daughters of Zion with a cloud in his anger? How? By letting Esau Edom put his covering cast over all people. Okay? That's how the Lord did it. Listen to this. Lamentation 2:1. How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remembered not his footstool in the day of his anger. How did he do that? By letting Esau do this. This is Isaiah 25:7. He will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. He let Esau do that because we rebelled against his laws, man. Okay? Reading on, Lamentation 2:2. The Lord hath swallowed up all the inhabitants of Jacob. The Lord Yahweh hath swallowed up all the inhabitants of Jacob. That's why I say this in Hosea. Hosea 8:8. It reads, Israel is swallowed up, now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein there is no pleasure. Okay? Israel is swallowed up, right? Now this was talking about the northern kingdom, for they are gone up to Assyria, while as alone by himself Ephraim have hired lovers. Okay? Now that's when the northern kingdom went into the Syrian king, Salmanasseh, right? And Judah, Benjamin, and Levi went to Babylon, okay? But it's showing you that all Israel was swallowed up, okay, by the heathens. Back in Lamentation 2, in verse 2. The Lord Yahweh have swallowed up all the inhabitants of Jacob, which is all 12 tribes. This is why we are not known, man. And they're going to keep continuing to be calling themselves who they call themselves, and they know they're not us, man. Revelation 2 tell you that, man. This whole Bible tell you who the Hebrew Israelites is, man. It tell you that the Israelites was going to be in mourning and poverty, man. Okay? And in great tribulation, man. Okay? When you read Revelation 2:9, man. Okay? These Edomites, they own everything on the planet. How the hell did they in poverty and mourning, man? How? Lamentation 2:2 again. The Lord has swallowed up all the all the habitation. The Lord Yahweh have swallowed up all the habitation of Jacob, and have not pitied. He hath thrown down in his wrath the strongholds of the daughters of Judah. Okay? He have brought them down to the ground. That's why he said, Isaiah 47:1, he will bring Babylon the Great, sit on the ground. There is no throne for thee, man. Hey, what was done to us, it shall be done to you, man. Because you did what? Esau, what did you do? You consented with thieves, man. Okay? And the Lord said you was as one of those thieves. Okay? Cause hey, 70 AD, boy, you put a hurt on Jerusalem, man. You put a hurt on Israelites, man. Okay. He have brought them down to the ground. He have polluted the kingdom and the princes thereof. He have cut off in the fierce anger all the horn of Israel. He have drawn back his right hand from before the enemy, and he have burned against Jacob like a flaming fire which devour round about. He have bent his bow like an enemy. He stood with his right hand as an adversary. Yahweh stood as an adversary, man. Okay, that's why we were. This is why we where we at today, man. And slew all that were pleasant to the eye in the tabernacle of the daughter of Zion, and poured out his fury like fire. Okay, Yahweh was pissed off with us, man. The Lord was an enemy. He hath swallowed up Israel. He hath swallowed up all her palaces. He hath destroyed his strongholds, and have increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentation. Okay, and he hath violently taken away his tabernacle as if it were of a garden, which was what? Jerusalem, Israel, man. The Garden of Eden, right? Adon, paradise. He have destroyed his places of the assembly. The Lord Yahweh have caused the solemn feasts and Sabbaths to be forgotten in Zion. This is why we fell away. This is why we had to fall away, man. Okay? What the Lord told Jeremiah in Jeremiah 17:4. Even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. That's why 2 Thessalonians 2:3 say that they should not come except they come a falling away first. Okay? You people gotta understand, man. The reason we fell away, and this is why Isaiah said this, man. This is Isaiah 6:3-17, and it reads, O Yahweh, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways, and hardened our heart from thy fear? Return for thy servants' sake the tribes of thine inheritance. Okay? Man, this is only for Israel, man. You can't get around this, man. I don't care what you do, where you go at, what you read. This is only for Hebrew Israelites, man. So back in Lamentation 2, again, it reads, and he hath violently taken away his tabernacle as if it were of the garden. He hath destroyed his places of the assembly. The Lord Yahweh hath called a solemn feast and a Sabbath to be forgotten in Zion, and have despised in the indignation, righteous anger of his anger, the king and the priest. The Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, has cast off his altar. He hath poured his sanctuary. He hath given up into the hand of those. He hath given up into the hand of the enemy the walls of her palaces. What is this? Jerusalem, Israel. They have made a noise in the house of the Lord Yahweh, as in the day of the solemn feast. Okay, because when we was having a solemn feast, it was turned up, man. Okay, everything was in righteousness, man. When King David was in rulership, man, and they was having the Sabbath or whatever solemn feast day was, it was beautiful, man. Okay, loud, turned up. The Lord Yahweh have proposed to destroy the wall of the daughter of Zion. He hath stretched out a line. He hath not withdrawn his hand from destroying thereof. He made the rampart and the wall to lament. They languished together. Who? The northern and southern kingdom languished together, man. Her gates are sunken to the ground. He hath destroyed and broken her bars. Her kings and her princes are among the Gentiles. Okay? Read St. John 7:35, man. Whither will he go? Will he go to our people among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Okay? The law is no more. Okay? We had to fall away from our heritage, man. Her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. It wasn't no vision, man, until Our apostles and elders brought this truth forth, man. Okay, starting with Albert Biven. The elders of the daughters of Zion sit upon the ground. You see this? Hey, this is a whole cut to that devil. What his name is? What this devil name? I forgot his name, man. The Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the crowd of Jerusalem is gone up, man. Okay? They tell you right here, man. Again, Lamentation chapter 2 and verse 9. Her gates are sunk into the ground. What's the gates? The elders. He have destroyed and broken her bars. Her kings and her princes are among the Gentiles. The law is no more. Her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. The elders of the daughters of Zion sit upon the ground and keep silent. Because the Lord took his spirit from them. They don't understand. He said they find no vision from the Lord. They have cast up dust upon their heads, meaning mourning. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground. My eyes do fail with tears. My bowels are troubled. My liver is poured upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children and the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city. They say to their mothers, where is corn and wine? When they swoon as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their souls are poured out into the mother's bosom, what things shall I take to witness for thee? And I was thinking about this too. When when Eve and Adam went off, what happened? The Lord did what? He casted them out of out of paradise, man. What did the Lord do to the Israelites? When they started doing the same thing Eve and Adam did, he cast them out of the paradise and turned into um, a trodden down city, man. Okay, a wasteland. Okay, the same thing he did to Adam, man. He did it to the Hebrew Israelites during 70 AD, man. Okay, what things shall I take to witness for thee? What things shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? What shall I equal to thee, that I may comfort thee, O virgin daughters of Zion? For thy breach is great like the sea. Who can heal thee? Only Yahweh. That's why he say in was that Amos 9 and 11 that he gonna raise up the tabernacle of David and close the breaches thereof. Okay, through his son Yahweh Shai, man. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and cause of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their heads at the daughters of Jerusalem. And that's going on right now, man. Why? Because he said these signs and wonders is going to be on you forever, man. Okay? The curses, man. They shall look at us and be like, man, these them? Okay? These spicks, monkeys, spooks, wetbacks, savages, these are the chosen of the Lord. And all pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their heads at the daughters of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole world, the joy of the whole earth? Yeah. It's us so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians. But right now we are not known. Why? Because Esau, Edom have the covering cast of all people, which is coming off. It came off, okay. But like the Lord say, like Paul said in 2 Corinthians, right? They don't get the understanding, man, because they still got a veil on them from the reading of the Old Testament. Okay? Meaning, if you don't understand the Old Testament, you ain't gonna understand the New Testament, man. Okay? To understand the Old Testament is the New Testament. The New Testament is the Old Testament. Meaning what? It's only for the Hebrew Israelites, man. And on this side, the elect. All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Okay? And they did. You swallowed up all 12 tribes. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. Okay? We have seen it. They said this is the day that we look for. Well, this is what the Lord say. This is Psalms chapter 2. This is Psalms chapter 2 and Psalm 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed. Okay? Saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Okay? That's what they saying. And they still saying it now. And I'm reading it to you in Lamentation, man. This is why we are not known in the streets. This is why you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are not known by the other heathen nations. Now, you can believe the elites know who we are, but we are not known to these peons, okay? Again, Lamentation chapter 2 and verse 16. All the enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. To do what? To take these Hebrew Israelites down, man, and keep them down. We have found it, we have seen it. The Lord Yahweh have done that which he had devised. He have fulfilled his word that he have commanded in the days of old, right? That what? We was gonna fall away. Okay? He have thrown down and have not pitied, and he have caused thine enemies to rejoice over thee. He have set up the horn of thine adversaries. Okay? The Lord has set them up, man. Their heart cried unto the Lord, O wall of the daughters of Zion, let tears run down like a river day and night. And we've been doing this since the rulership, man. Since we went down. Okay, since we've been on the ground, we've been crying day and night. That's why the Lord say, until he makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth, give him no rest, man. Okay? Give him no rest, man. In prayer and in pushing his truth, man. Give him no rest, man. Give thyself no rest. Let not the apple of thine eye cease. Okay? Please, Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Hey, how long, man? Okay? But like Michael 7:9, we must bow the nation of the Lord. Because we sinned against him, man. Okay? So let me go to this is Lamentation chapter 3, verse 21. This I recall to my mind, therefore I have hope. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassion faileth not. Okay? This is why we're not known in the streets, man. Because this is the work of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. Right? Why? Because we sinned against him. But overall, because you cannot live righteously not understanding what wickedness is, man. Okay? To be a righteous ruler, you have to understand what wickedness is all about. On every side, man. The Lord has showed us every side of being wicked, man. All the ways of being wicked, the Lord has showed it. He has showed it to us, man. That's why I tell you in Jeremiah 5:28, the Israelites have surpassed the deeds of the wicked. Okay? Jake is on a level doing things way worse than Edomites, man, and all the other heathen nations. Okay? So, and we seeing all this madness. Okay? The elect, the hopefully the elect, they see and that push you. What the Lord say? I'm gonna put you in remembrance, though you once knew this, right? What righteousness and wickedness is all about, man. Okay? You must understand both sides, man. This is Lamentation chapter 4, verse 1. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. We are everywhere. Jake is everywhere. And what? On the bottom, in the ghettos, in the corners. So the Lord say, how has the gold become dim? Okay? How has the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out into the top of the streets. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? Earthen pitchers meaning you are worth nothing. You was fine gold, precious gold. How you become nothing? Because we broke the Lord's statute and commandments. The work of the hand of the potter. Who's the potter? Yahweh, man. Okay? This is his doing. Why? Because it's about your iniquities and what you did, right? But it's about to learn righteousness and wickedness, man. You must understand both. Yahweh is not going to put you next to his only begotten son, man. He's not finna put anybody with his begotten son, man, to rule the earth in righteousness. He ain't gonna do it, man. Okay? You gotta be tried, refried, fried, and refried again, man. Okay? You're gonna have to be purified over and over, man. It's just like you take a piece of gold, you melt it down, you make something out of it, okay? And you melt it again, man. And you reform it to something else again. And then you melt it all over again. And you know it's pure. You done purified it 3 times, man. You know it's nothing in it. It's straight pure gold. But guess what? You're going to melt it down and do it again until it become perfect, man. And that's the ways of Yahweh, man. Okay? On the smallest level that we can understand. He tell you right here. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? How? How, man? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out into the top of the streets. What's the stones? It tell you in 1 Peter 2 and 5 that the elect will be lively stones, man. Okay? Building up a spiritual house. Each spiritual man, each elect man is a spiritual brick to his spiritual temple. Okay? The precious sons of Zion, compatible to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? The work of the hands of the potter. It's Yahweh's will, man. Okay? That's why Isaiah say, Lord, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways? So you can know how to be righteous 1,000 times over. Okay? This is Lamentation 4 and verse 6. For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughters of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom, man. Did you hear that? Again, for the punishment of the iniquity of the daughters of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom that was overthrown as in a moment and no hand stayed on her. Okay? Their visage is blacker than the coal. They are not known in the streets. We are not known, man. And this whole chapter from Lamentation 1 to the end is talking about who? You Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay? You northern and southern kingdom. Again, their visage is blacker than the coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaving to their bones. It is withered. It has become like a stick. The hands of they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of fruits of the field. The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Women was eating their kids, man. This is facts. Go read it. It's in Kings. It'll tell you that, man. Okay? And it's finna happen again, man. Cannibalism coming back, man. It's gonna happen again. Okay? It's going to happen again. Verse 11, the Lord have accomplished his fury. He have poured out his fierce anger and have kindled a fire in Zion, and it have devoured the foundations thereof. Destroyed it, man. He destroyed us, man. On every side, man. Okay? Only a remnant is going to return. The kings of the earth and all inhabitants of the world would have not believed that the adversary and the enemy should have entered into the gates of Jerusalem, man. Did you hear that? The kings of the earth and all the inhabitants of the world would not have believed, because they knew what happened in Egypt, man. They knew that the Israelites had the real true God, the real true power, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and they knew what he did, and they heard about it from far, man. Okay, it said the kings of the earth and all the inhabitants of the world would not have believed that the adversary and the enemy should have entered into the gates of Jerusalem. Okay, they know this is impossible. How the hell do we take Jerusalem down? Because the Lord said he hid his face, man. Okay, and he left it. Hey, anybody want a piece of it? Go at it, man. My people have forsaken me. They went a horn after other gods. I don't care about them. Go at them. That's what Yahweh said. Hey, go at them, man. Hey, what you think a lion gonna do to a gazelle, man? If you holding the lion back, man, and you let the lion loose, what you think he gonna do, man? He gonna devour much flesh, man. For the sins of her prophets and the iniquities of her priests, they have shed the blood of the just in the midst of her. They have wandered as blind men in the streets, still to this day, man. Okay? They have polluted themselves with blood so that men could not touch their garments. They cried unto them, depart ye, it is unclean, depart, depart, touch not. When they fled away and wandered, they said among the heathen, they shall no more soldier there. Well, Jerusalem, Israel, and we are not there, man. Okay, we were scattered to all nations, man. The anger of the Lord Yahweh have divided them. The anger of the Lord Yahweh have divided them, man. He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests. They favored not the elders. Hey, that's a curse. They was not going to regard the young, the old, the priests, nobody, man. Okay? As for us, our eyes are yet filled for our vain help. And what Jake doing right now? Chasing that bag, whether you're an actor or you getting whatever, you got a good job, right? You're an entrepreneur, you're looking for vain help, man. Esau ain't gonna help you, man. Cause they finna come down with great wrath on you, devil, on you 2/3, man. Okay, the enemy finna come in like a flood, and your money ain't gonna save you, man. As for us, our enemies as yet failed for our vain help, and our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us, man. A nation that could not save us, man. Okay? You peoples, Isaiah 30 and 12, you trust in damn oppression, man. And these devils is finna come down with great wrath on you dummies, man. Okay? As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us, man. Do you understand what that means, man? This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. You people, Isaiah 30 and 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. You trust in the damn enemy, man. Okay? That's what the Lord say. All you who's joined to these Edomites, you're going to be destroyed by them too, man. This is again, I gotta read this again, man. Lamentation chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. The Lord said in the curses that you was gonna look and long, right, for help, and it was gonna never come, man. Okay? Because we gotta wait on our Redeemer, Yahushua. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. You think because you getting FRNs or you got Bitcoin or you got gold and silver, you gonna be saved by that, man? By following ways of Esau Edom, trying to be an entrepreneur? That ain't gonna save you, man. Okay? It tell you in Ezekiel 7:19 that your gold and silver shall be cast into the street. It shall not save you. And it's a stumbling block for you 2/3. Okay? Gold and silver is a stumbling block to the Israelites, man. Okay? It's a stumbling block, man. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles. Who is this? The Edomites. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains of what? Jerusalem, Israel. They laid waste for us in the wilderness. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord Yahweh, was taken in their pits. What? Slavery, man. Of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. Okay? Are we not living amongst the heathen, man? Everywhere where Jacob scattered at, from the isles of the sea, okay, all the countries, and Babylon the Great, North America. That's why the Lord say this. Verse 21, Lamentation 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwells in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. What cup? What cup? We're going to read it. That thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Okay? The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, you Hebrew Israelites. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquities, O daughters of Edom. Who will visit your iniquities? The Heavenly Father Yahweh. That's why he sent his son in Yahushua. That's why Yahushua said in Psalm 83, who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments? Tell you that in Revelation 19 chapter. Okay? His vesture was dipped in blood, man. Because you Edomites are finna pay. Okay? He will discover thy sins. Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers. What does it say in the curses? Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall be the head. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Okay? The strangers. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. They charge us for water and wood. Okay? They charge us for water. They charging us to build houses and everything else you need wood for, man. Okay? Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. And the Lord said in the curse, when you read Deuteronomy 2:8 in the curses, that he said, oh man, let me read it, man. To show you, just talking about Israelites, man. This ain't for nobody else. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 65. And among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. Okay? But the Lord Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. Okay? And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none as assurance, and shall have no and shall have none assurance of thy life. And I read that to you, okay? Here in this place. No assured peace in this place, man. But when you read Jeremiah 14, the pastor telling you that he can assure you of peace in this place, man. The Lord said that's a lie, man. Because we ain't gonna have no peace until Yahweh shall come and get us, man. Okay? Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We have given the hand to the Egyptians. Now, this is way out the Egyptian captivity. So what the hell is this talking about? Okay? This is Jeremiah in Lamentation. So when this happened, this was in Babylon, right? What the hell is this talking about? Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Syrians to be satisfied with bread. What is that talking about? The modern day Egyptians and the modern day Assyrians are Edomites, the daughters of Babylon. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand. Okay? Servants have ruled over us. Servants. What did the scripture say? What did the promise say? What did the prophet say? The elder shall serve the younger. So right now you got what? The younger is serving the elder. But it's finna go right side up. The Lord, I will tell you in Isaiah, Esau had turned things upside down. Okay? Bitter for sweet, sweet for bitter. Good for evil, evil for good. Right? The elder is ruling, and the elder is the ruler, and the younger is the servants, man. It's upside down. Our father has sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities, which is us come back in reincarnation. Servants have ruled over us, and there is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand. Deliver, who is the deliverer? Yahweh, man. Okay. Now I tell you that where it was said unto them, "You are not my people," there shall be said that you are the sons of the living power, right? Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in that place where it was said unto them, "Ye are not my people," and the Edomites told this forever. You African Americans, okay? You are Indians, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Colombians, Cubans, right? They gave us all these different names, man. Again, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in that place where it was said unto them, "Ye are not my people," there it shall be said unto them, right? You wetbacks, spicks, porch monkeys, spooks, and savages, there it shall be said unto them, "Ye are the sons of the living power." Okay? Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come out of the land, for great shall be as the day of Jezreel. Did you hear that? Then shall the children of Judah, the southern kingdom, and the children of Israel, the northern kingdom, be gathered together and appoint to themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Come on, man. And it say the same thing in Romans, the 9th chapter, and I'm going to read it. Romans chapter 9, verse 25. As he said also in Hosea, "I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it said unto them, Ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children," which is the sons of the living power. Okay? Isaiah also cried concerning Israel, "Though the number of the children of Israel be at the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved." Only a remnant of Israel shall be saved. Okay? That's it, man. On their remnant. And I had a precept I was going to get. Kind of slipped my mind. Oh, Jeremiah. Because when you read Hosea 1 and 11, right? What did it say? You go back to it. Hosea 1 and 11. And let me hold Jeremiah 3. So it won't slip me. Jeremiah 3 and 18. Hosea 1 and 11. There shall the children of Judah, southern kingdom, and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, right? That one head, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, right? The Heavenly Father Yahweh, his son Yahweh Shai. Who's going to be over us? It said King David going to be there too, okay? King David, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. They said they shall come up out of the land. This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north, which is North America, mainly, because Israelites are scattered all around the world, to the land that I have given for inheritance unto your fathers. And I'm going to close with this. Jeremiah chapter 16 and 16. No, and 15. Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands where he have driven them, which is the islands of the sea, right? All the other places around the world where Israelites are scattered. And I will bring them again into their own land that I gave unto their fathers. So you Jews, you so-called Jews, you Edomites that's over in our land, the Lord say the Israelites, he's going to bring the Israelites in that land. They wasn't going to go into the land on their own. The Israelites would be back into their land by the spirit and power of his son Yahushua. Okay? They will get redeemed by the Heavenly Father's Son, man. The Israelites will not go into that land until Yahushua return to redeem them out of captivity. I said I'm going to close with that, but I got to read this one. Jeremiah 15:33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. We couldn't go into the land. All of Israel couldn't go into the land if we wanted to, man. Okay? You devils ain't going to let that happen, man. Okay? All that held them captive refused to let them go, man. You wouldn't let us go, man. Okay? Our Redeemer, Yahushua, got to come and redeem us out of your hands, man. Okay? Thus saith the Lord, man. So, anybody trying to go to Israel talking about they're going to escape from judgment, Israel going to be destroyed, man. That place is defiled, man. They have LGBTQ parades, okay? Every year, man. Hey, so we're not going to the land till the Heavenly Father deliver us into the land. So we know those are not the people in that land, man. Those are bastards, man. Okay? They are bastards. Thus saith the Lord. To give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Kakodash, the bonus to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth throughout the fullness of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom.